just to make it look a bit neater. And while that's doing that, I'll wipe this up. A couple of little spits of stuff. Anyway, this is to do with making high quality coffee. High quality coffee, you don't use reflex because it spits the dummy at you. Anyway, yeah, paper's a bit dry when you eat it too, so you have to add some coffee flavour. Okay, that's come up about halfway. So you want to swirl it around a little bit to get those bigger, you might see the bigger air bubbles forming. Get it nice and smooth. You want to swirly it round. If you don't want to swirly it round like that, you can get a spoon. Yeah, Wendy's supplies the spoons because we like Wendy's ice creams. They just don't like us. They go straight through us like a dose of salt, and many of you know what that means. There's so much fat in their ice cream. Tastes pretty good. Better than a bought one. Okay, that's up near the top. As you can tell, I'm just dripping on the bench here. But I'm not wiping that. I'm grabbing my little trusty cloth that it gets reused and reused. I'll pull the frother enhancement attachment off and get rid of the cloth. I bang this a bit to knock out the bubbles to the top. Swish it round, and let's see if I spill it this time. Oh, he's spilled it in two places. Now that's going to go all over the bench, but thankfully it didn't. So it's nice and smooth. Then we'll chuck it back up here, and if you might be able to see that, this little milk thermometer, lost the word for it, temperature measuring device, there's another word for it. When it gets around, this arm on the left gets around to the red, about halfway into the red, I just turn it off, unless the milk overflows like it did this morning. In which case you turn it off and you swirl it round some more. And the other reason you're banging on the bench, or your head, or your kid that's mucking around, or whatever, is because you've all seen in Frasier, potentially, when they say about why is one coffee frothy and the other one's nice and smooth and silky and got no little air, got lots of little air bubbles, and the other one's got big air bubbles in it. That's why. And it'll get your coffee height.
What do you mean that's why? What? The banging gives it silky, or the banging gives it big?
Oh yeah, I'd better explain to all these other average people like me. The banging knocks out makes the air bubbles more uniform, and it will give you a silky texture. So that's just about done. That's it. We now have a couple of big air bubbles in there. We'll knock it down. So this time I'm just going to gently do this because I want to get a bit of height to this coffee, this cappuccino. Well, I actually call it a sweet blonde latte with fluffy head or something like that. I don't know if anyone's made it before, but if that's what I call it. Let's see if I can spill this one. Now, because I swirled it around, you can see probably that it's a bit shiny on the top there, if I get my big fat head out the way. Didn't spill it, and it's perfect. Or did I spill it? No, that's it. Okay, what you got to do now is just wipe this arm over here. You can grab
so you don't end up with burnt milk residues being made.
Now, also, you'll need to quite often grab a little green scourer, good for cleaning off grease and gunge and God knows what. Okay, Now run a bit more through it, and you see those, might have seen those couple of little bits go through. Okay, that stops by doing that it stops the milk from choking it up. Otherwise you've got to get a real fine needle and stick it up there. And if you do it now it'll burn you. So we turn it that way, release the pressure, turn it off, and that will save your machine boiler blowing up. Turn it up at the wall. And now drink your coffee.